Slipknot Chain Ribbon Snake with Miss Prideaux. Materials needed: ribbon, about 3 feet or 1 meter in length. You can also use string, yarn, rope, cord, etc. So the first thing we're going to do once we have our length is secure the ends. Tie a knot at each end to make sure it doesn't fray. Okay, so we have two ends or two tails. You're going to take one tail at the bottom of your non-dominant hand, and with your dominant hand, the one you write with, make a loop behind. Secure it with your thumb and forefinger, and with your dominant hand, the one you write with, make another loop and put it through the first one. Pull taut or tight. Not so tight where it can't come undone, but just tight enough to hold. You can have a long tail, and that's the one that controls the loop size. You can adjust it to make it bigger or smaller by pulling on that long tail. The other side of the loop controls the tightness of the knot, where we came from. That's a basic slip knot. So to make a chain, we pull another loop through. While holding the short tail and the original knot with your non-dominant hand firmly, you can pull the second loop through the original loop with your dominant hand. Or you can make a second loop with your dominant hand and push it through the original loop. Either way, once it's through, you pull tight. If you don't pull tight enough and keep pulling on that long tail, eventually that long tail will come all the way through, and that will stop the chain. So you can learn tricks like securing it with your non-dominant hand so that your dominant hand can move quickly, independently, and continue to make the chain. When you get a little practice, you'll discover all kinds of little tricks. If you get to the end and you pull the tail through, it'll stop the chain and it will not unravel. So this is the final product, our little snake. We're going to dive into some metaphors, which we need to unravel this snake to do. So take that tail out, back to loops, and we're going to continue loops, making our chain, and we can simply pull that long tail and unravel the whole thing loop by loop. It will all come apart. It slips back to its original form. Both ends, just tails. Back to the beginning. 最初に戻る. Beginner's mind. Okay, let me dive into some metaphors here. The foundation or the base of anything we do or want to build is the most important. If our foundation is not strong, clear, balanced, we may encounter problems later on when we try to build upon it. If we lead with fear or insecurity, overcompensate for lack of knowledge or understanding, try to rush or control things too tightly, we can end up with situations or problems that keep us from moving forward and are difficult to undo. Whenever we start the difficult task of putting care and study into what went wrong, untangling the problematic situations we've created, knot by knot, we give ourselves a chance to start over with the beginner's mind. One issue we often encounter in life is trying to build on someone else's foundation. We don't understand how it was built. So if the foundation is not provided for us, we can't even get started or move on to next steps. There are endless metaphors I could apply to life, in this simple exercise of mindfulness. You may come to know how to build a solid base, but if you rush through the next steps, jump forward too far, leaving many gaps in care and understanding along the way, you might find yourself trying to finish something, hurrying to support a heavy roof on a great foundation with just a few sticks. No matter how many times you start over or how long it takes, the structure must match throughout with balance, strength, and integrity. Some situations require simply moving forward despite the issues or setbacks of the past.
Hey.